No, Jesus said he came to bring a sword, not to bring peace. He said he came to turn father against son and mother against daughter. That's what he said. He said you have to hate others. You have to hate your own family to follow me.
What do you think he meant by that?
I think he meant exactly what he said. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get up here and say, no, Jesus didn't actually mean the words that left his mouth. You're going to do those mental gymnastics. That's all you have.
Well, I'm curious to know what you interpret that passage as, because I don't agree with that. I read it and I interpret it completely differently.
Did he say he came to bring a sword?
Yes, but it's metaphorical to separate the sinners from those who have chosen to be with Christ, the sheep from the goats, so to speak.
But that's not what he said. He says, do not think that I have come. I'll just put it on the screen for you because I can only assume you haven't read it since you don't actually know what it says.
See, that's not the case. What I'm saying is that I'm reading the same thing you are.
It's the case. It says, do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. His words is that he did not come to bring peace. That means he didn't come to bring peace.
Now, the sword may be metaphorical, but what else could he possibly mean by "I do not come to bring peace"? I mean, he's not a peace bringer, if that's the case. No peace, no Reese's Pieces, no nothing.
Welcome in, Eric. Good to see you, friend.
Yeah. I heard what Layman was saying earlier, and I was like, oh man, I've actually been writing about this, so I wanted to come up and talk to him about a few things. Layman, are you still with us?
No. I had to mute him briefly because he was about to talk over me reading his God's holy words, and I didn't want that to happen. So, Layman, did you hear what we just read from the book?
Hey, Planet, how are you? Good to talk with you, man. Happy to answer any questions you have.
Sure. I'm gonna give Justin the floor because he brought up the thing, and this is his space for however long he wants, and then I got some stuff for you.
Sure.
So, Layman, did Jesus say that he didn't come to bring peace?
In this particular verse, in this context of the specific book that you're reading, I believe he is clearly showing people that because of what he's about to do, dying on the cross and being resurrected, there is going to be a split in the population. People are going to either believe that he did this stuff or he didn't. That's what he's saying there.
He didn't say any of the things you just said.
I know you interpret that differently. That's what I'm saying.
This is what happens. See, I read the words and say it sounds like he means what he means. You read the words and you say it means literally anything other than what he says. Because what he said is he didn't actually intend to bring peace. In fact, you already mentioned earlier that he plans to segregate people. And we know from Luke chapter 19 that those who don't believe in Jesus wants to have them slaughtered in his very presence. Have you read that parable?
Yes. Yep.
There you go. So he didn't want to bring peace. He wanted to bring a sword. And he says, whoever is not for me is against me. He who is not sowing scatters. And he says, those who did not wish for me to be king over them, bring them before my very presence and have them slaughtered. This is not a guy that is coming to bring peace. This is a guy coming to bring sword. In Revelation, he's coming with a sword in his mouth and fire in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Eric, what do you have to say?
I guess I guess we sort of all agree. So, Layman, you said I'm actually working on. So I've been working on something for a while. I'm going to put out this video on YouTube that talks about, is Christianity dangerous? And I'm not an anti-theist, but I do think that the answer is yes. You know, I don't go super extreme, but. So you said that, well, when I look around the world, I see 6,000 years of people just being terrible to each other. It's a lot more than 6,000, but so I agree that there are all kinds of reasons. You don't need Christianity. There are all kinds of reasons for people to do horrible things to each other. However, I think Christianity and like the Bible in whole has a pretty serious problem in that there are specific kinds of evil that are caused by Christians and inspired by the book. You know, for example, like 40% of all the children in this country that are homeless are LGBTQ. Now, if you're going to try to sell to us that has nothing to do with the religiosity of the household, then I also got a bridge to sell you, because you'll believe in basically anything. I think that's one massive problem. Other massive problems are like conversion therapy, which is pushed by Christians, which causes kids to kill themselves. I think that's a unique problem. You have a book that says witches exist and that people that do it should die. There's that guy, pastor, his last name's Anderson, I think.
Stephen Anderson.
Yeah, he very publicly says all homosexuals need to, as well as people that practice witchcraft and stuff like that. Those things aren't even real. Well, I mean, like being a homosexual is real, but like witchcraft, it doesn't even exist. But you have a book that says that. And you can claim New Covenant doesn't apply, whatever, but he's a Christian too, and he does believe that. And then there's also, I kind of threw the kitchen sink at you because I also talked about, the homeless children and the conversion therapy and stuff like that. But Christianity is certainly an avenue for inflicting misery on people.
Yeah, sorry, man. That was a lot. Is there a question in there?
I guess I didn't really ask a question, but I guess I would want to know your take on, well, it's the case that Christianity has done these things.
You're talking about over the last 6,000 years?
Like literally residential schools where they rounded up. I mean, I can read you the quote from the guy that started those. It's pretty bad, but they rounded up Native American children, and huge numbers of them died. And the guy said that the whole purpose of it was to show our biblical supremacy and our nationalistic supremacy by enforcing it on them. So,
sounds terrible.
Yes.
They did the same thing with slavery. They believed that the slave trade enabled them to Christianize the heathen peoples. And this is even in their documents of cessation. I can't say the word cessation. And Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, said so in multiple speeches. The vice president of the Confederacy said it on multiple occasions, that slavery is their lot in life, and this is God's method for bringing them to Christ. And even the early church fathers talked similarly about slavery, saying that some human beings aren't fit for freedom, that it is better for them to be to be a slave and to be tempered as a slave than to have the freedom to possibly, turn away and do horrific things.